if you have to go to Modi ji, you have to go through me first. Hello everyone, welcome to Walking Sapien. As you can see from the title, I was once upon a time a Bhakt of Modi ji. Looking at me right now, it might be like, how can I be a Bhakt once upon a time? But yeah, I think we all have been there, that once upon a time we saw that hope. I was even a Bhakt of Sadhguru, which I'll talk about in some other video. Big fan I was of Sadhguru, you won't believe. So by the time 2014 elections came, I had started hating Congress, like corruption, scams, vote bank politics. I was sick of Congress. I was like, this is the time we need change. Then BJP and Modi ji came. Ek umid ki kiran jagi, that someone is gonna change things now and gonna get back things to normal.
भारत महंगाई पर विजय चाहता है, अब भारत भ्रष्टाचार पर विजयी होना चाहता है, अब भारत बेरोजगारी पर विजयी होना चाहता है.
While Congress had its amazing leader who just spoke about reservation, finally some guy came who was talking on India's development, India as a whole.
दो मूल बातों को लेकर के हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं. एक गुड गवर्नेंस, दूसरा डेवलपमेंट.
I was like, this is the man we deserve. This is the man we need. This Congress is still stuck on reservation. Someone should talk about development, and this guy is talking about development. And I was like, now we have found a leader. I was like crazy behind him. Like I found him like the ideal leader without any flaws. He was almost like God to me. And one of the best interviews I ever saw was Arnab Goswami and Narendra Modi. I was like, what command and delivery of words, like amazing. And then on the other side was Rahul Gandhi with Arnab Goswami. I was like, which this guy is gonna lead the whole country. Look at the polar opposites, man. Like Modi ji where and where is Rahul Gandhi? And it gave me pleasure from inside to watch that videos. So I used to go and watch those videos again and again and compare them and see like, look at Modi, just look at Modi. What a legend. One of my relatives that time, he told me that Modi and BJP they both are extremely communal and they are going to divide the nation. I was like, look at this ignorant person talking about dividing nation. He is talking about development and corruption is going to finish. But I can have nothing but sympathy for my relative. Then Modi ji won the elections and I was like crazy happy. Then I called up my relative and I was like, see, Modi won, and started mocking him. He just said all the best and my response was, ignorant person. I always said that the people below Modi ji were communal. But him, he is very clean. And when people opposed me and spoke against Modi, then the question I used to throw at them was, if not Modi, then who? Rahul Gandhi. And then think of them as stupid. And then over time I became more and more attached to Modi ji. I got so attached that when Smriti Irani became the education minister, she was a 12th pass and she became the education minister. I was like, Modi ji is so open-minded that he's really about equality. That a 12th pass person, he made an education minister. I don't know what I was thinking that time, but I was his fan, so obviously. But I had always been against communalism. Like, even though I didn't experience it in my life, I was always against this thing of, division due to religion. Then in 2015, I think beef ban came and I was a vegetarian, but shouldn't matter to me. But that time they banned beef, so I was little taken aback. Like, I was like, this seems communal. Why only beef? Why not other animals? Like, just for Hindus, cows are like God, so you ban it. But then I was like, this seems wrong. Not because they're banning beef, but because it was communal. So I was okay with the fact that religion governs your life. But according to me, religion should never govern the constitution because that has a lot of issues. But still I was like, Modi ji has done it, so there might be some good intentions behind it. Then demonetization, a master stroke. I was like, see, now Modi ji is removing corruption by banning notes. I was like, what a good job he's doing. Then that time I saw Raghuram Rajan's statement. I was like, he was like, I didn't say yes for demonetization and I didn't recommend it either. It was his decision and all that. And I'm like, how stupid is this guy? Congress supporter He should be in fact a part of this. He's doing such a good deed. But then demonetization started showing its true colors. But we as Indians, we took it for our nation, for corruption, for Modi ji. We took it. We stood in line. We took that inconvenience and we found it negligible because we are doing it for our nation. Now this is the difference between India and USA. Like anything the leader tells us in India, we follow it. We just, without thinking, we follow it. And then in USA, they just oppose. Like you saw that in the pandemic, how they dealt with it. But because of the lockdown, they came on streets and they started protesting against the lockdown. Whereas we sat in our homes because we knew this is what is right. So I'm not saying one is good and one is bad. There are limits to both of them and it should be reasonable and thoda sa with logic. But then I saw that it didn't do anything good. Neither did it remove any black money or increase digital transactions. In fact, it increased the cash transactions. Then he wasn't listening to experts like Raghuram Rajan, Urjit Patel, who was appointed by them only. Then the HRD minister Satyapal Singh said that evolution doesn't exist. Then many of the ministers started saying very unscientific things, And I'm like, who are these people and why they are there at such high posts? And anything which goes wrong in India, blame Nehru and Congress. And if Modi is such a competent person, why is BSNL going south? Why is he selling PSUs? Planning to sell BPCL, Bharat Petroleum, one of the most profit-making businesses for the government. And it is our company, our taxpayers' money. We get benefit out of it. So whenever these people of BJP started saying communal things and all, Modi never opposed them, never. He used to come, he used to not give a statement and after some time come and start talking about something else only. Always chuck the topic. When the mob lynching had happened, I think, I don't know, remember where. So the people who did the lynching, BJP minister went and put garlands on them. Oh, no action was taken. The mistake I did was that I took Modi ji at face value. I never saw the ground reality. And when I started seeing the ground reality, I'm like, what they say and what is implemented, zameen asman ka farak hai. Like you can't even imagine how much difference is there. Like you saw in the pandemic situation also, they announced lakhs and crores of rupees for relief of the poor, then ration, this, that. But on ground level, what is it? It is extremely different. But even after all this, it was very difficult for me to get out of it. Maybe because I looked up to Modi ji, or it came on my ego to accept that I was wrong. I think it was both, but mostly that it came on my ego that I was wrong. Like, how could I be wrong? How could I make such a big mistake? And who accepts when they're wrong? Everyone justifies. It's a very difficult thing to do, that accept that you are wrong. So never try to convince a bhakt that they are wrong or anything. Just let them be. Let their thinking be. We have not taken the take of convincing them to, they should think this, they should think that. Let them think whatever they want. If they want to come and abuse here, let them do that too. Just let them be. Because I have been in that mindset, so I know what that kind of thinking is. When someone came to me, I never accepted it. Never accepted anything against him. ये video तो हम तुम्हारे लिए बना रहे हैं, who like watching my videos. These people, other people are there who are coming and abusing. Let them do that. Just don't convince them, because they will never be satisfied and they will never be convinced. Then I saw nothing but communalism. I was like, I stayed in a time where communalism almost didn't exist. And I'm like, this is like a thing which happens in other countries, not in India. In India, we are all united. But then I started seeing division happening. Hindu, Muslim, Pakistan, this, that. Like, भर के मतलब real मुद्दास तो we left only development, poor, minorities, क्या. That was all left aside. Hindu, Muslim became the primary topic. Like full ध्यान भटकाऊ काम. Under the name of nationalism, Hindutva agenda they started putting inside. It basically afterwards became like, if you are supporting BJP, you are a nationalist. And if you are going against BJP, you are anti-national. Like this is the mindset they managed to create. And what is this Hindu khatre mein hai? Until 2013, though, we never felt that Hindu khatre mein hai. After 2014 only, all of a sudden you're like, Hindu khatre mein hai. How is it possible? You convince an unreal majority that they are a minority and that they are under threat. That's some talent, man. These people have that talent. They are smart, we are dumb. Because they managed to do it. and they have managed to divide us. One thing Modi ji has taught me is that you can skyrocket and touch limits in lying. He used to shout and tell lies like so shamelessly, and then I used to be like, who can lie so much, man? He might be telling the truth. Whereas it was all of them were almost lies only. So when I started seeing the ground reality, I was like, what fucking difference? Lying ka bhai legend he is. He's the biggest legend of lying. And one more thing I'll give him credits for is that he got me interested in politics. I was never interested in politics before. Until this guy came. He screwed it up so bad that I was like, nahi bhai. I need to study a little and be more aware about things. And one thing Modi ji has taught us is how not to run a country. Definitely. So we should always see the silver lining in things. Learn from it. So learn from Modi ji too. Please just do it. Earlier Congress, I believe that they did vote bank politics. But BJP went a step further in vote bank politics. I used to accuse Congress of corruption, scams, this, that. BJP is that same as Congress and much more than that. We all united against Congress, asking them about corruption, development, scams, started opposing them, abusing them so badly. We are fighting amongst each other only, so the government is chilling. These people are in the middle, like, how dare you ask Modi ji a question or BJP a question? So we are only getting questioned for questioning the government. So people stand in the middle like, if you have to go to Modi ji, you have to go through me first. Poor will starve, minorities will suffer, no development will happen, we won't have employment. But it doesn't matter, we get all of these or no. As long as we are getting Hindu Rashtra, all we want is Hindu Rashtra. So remember this, that never get into an argument with a Bhakt. It's not going to do any good, waste your time, your energy. Just leave them. Just let them be. They want to abuse, let them abuse. Let them do whatever they want to. It is their life. It is their opinion. Let them have it. Thank you everyone for watching the video. See you guys in the next one.